Welcome to today's lesson where we're really focusing on the basics. So this is perfect for the early postpartum period, that 0 to 6 week time frame when you want to be establishing a good breathing pattern, connecting with your pelvic floor, diaphragm, and getting everything moving and functioning as optimally as possible. So starting off, I'm going to get started straight away. We're going to be side lying. Now this is great position. I love having people starting off with the side lying position when you're at home or lying in bed, because it's great to do if you're breastfeeding or nursing your baby. You can practice this straight away. So I'm lying down. I've got a little pillow here so I can keep my head in line with my body. We're focusing on breath work. We're going to go in for 6 deep breaths. I'm going to talk you through it. So I'm closing my eyes just to really focus in here. So deep breath in. And breathing out through a little tiny straw. Check in with how you're breathing. Think about that breath pulling in. Now we want to be thinking about where this breath is going. So obviously we want to see belly moving. But think about your rib cage as well. So I like to put my hand here, or I tell people to put their hand here. Think about breathing into your thumb. And breathe out through that little tiny straw. We're going to go again, breathing into this hand here, breathing in. Relax your pelvic floor, exhale. Think about lifting that pelvic floor on your breath out. We're going to go again, nice breath in. And breathing out. One more. Inhale, really envision that breath coming in. Rib cage and back expanding, pelvic floor relaxes, and on the exhale, we lift from the pelvic floor to the bottom, and out that breath, exhale out. Okay, I'm going to lie onto my back now. So I don't need the pillow, I'm just going to whip it out the way. Lying on your back, we're going to find a nice neutral position. So obviously our spine naturally has curves. But here we just want to find a nice neutral position, whichever is good for you. So put your hands flat on your pelvis. Do gentle little wiggles. We want to find our hands in a nice flat position. So if my fingers are pointing down, I'm in an anterior pelvic tilt. If I find my heels of my hands are down and my fingers are up, I'm in a posterior pelvic tilt. And I can really feel my back pushing into the floor. So just in a nice little relax here. Okay, finding that neutral position again, do that nice breath in. And breathing out. Really long breath out. Now, check in with your body. Are your shoulders coming up? We don't want our shoulders to come up. We want to be thinking about that big 360 breath that's going into our back, it's going into our ribs, it's going into our tummy, it's down to our pelvic floor, then our pelvic floor lifts as we exhale. So we're really getting that unit to function as best as possible. Now we're going to go for a heel slide now. So deep breath in. Exhale, lift your pelvic floor. We're doing a nice long breath out. We're going to breathe in as we extend this leg away. And on the exhale, strong breath out. We're going to glide that heel back. We're going to do that again. Deep inhale. Exhale, let that foot glide away. Nice breath in. And exhale. As that foot comes back, making sure we're not arching and rolling around in our spine. So keeping that really nice and steady. So deep breath in. Let's glide that foot away. Lift your pelvic floor. Breath in again. Inhale. We exhale. We draw that foot back. One more time. Inhale in. We exhale. We're lifting our pelvic floor. Glide it away till you've got no more breath. Deep breath in. And we repeat. Exhale, lift. Pelvic floor, foot glides back. We're going to repeat on the other leg now. 4 on the other leg. So before we start, we're breathing in. We exhale. Let that foot glide away. Don't let the pelvis tilt. That's our focus, keeping that stable spine. Deep breath in now. Inhale. We exhale. Gliding the foot back. 3 more on this leg. Nice inhale. Breath comes in. We exhale. Foot glides away. We're going to go for another nice breath in. Exhale, bring the foot back. 1 more deep breath in. And we exhale, glide the foot away. I like to keep my hand on my tummy. Inhale again. And we exhale, glide that foot back. So yeah, I like to keep my hands on my tummy because I really like this touching the body parts that we're thinking about, keeping it stable. So we've got a real mind to muscle connection there. So touch helps feel those little muscles waking up in that early postpartum period. You're probably feeling a little squishy now. Just touching all these little spots really, really helps. Think about where that breath is going, thinking about the pelvic floor lifting. So all these gentle movements really help. We're still going with this breath. Deep inhale, deep exhale. We're going to bring our arms up. Relax your shoulders into the floor. We're going to float 1 arm overhead. We're going to bring it overhead without letting our back arch. So we're really working on the shoulder mobility and the stability in the rib cage to keep a little bit of connection from our sternum through to our pubic bone. We'll float the arms back up to center over our shoulders. Deep breath in before we go. Inhale now. We exhale and let our arms float. Lift in the pelvic floor. We do another breath in. We exhale. Floating the arms down. Inhale, back up. Float those arms out. Exhale. Nice inhale. We exhale. So practicing this upper body gentle movement while focusing on this optimal breathing pattern. Deep inhale. Big 360 breath. Exhale as the arms float down. 1 more time. We'll let the arms pass. Deep inhale. And we exhale down. Lifting your pelvic floor. Okay, we're settling back into center. We're going to go into knee raises now. So I'm going to put my hands, again, just in the lower part of my abdominal area. Thinking of that deep breath in. We're going to go in that inhale into our hands, inhale into our rib cage, relax the pelvic floor. So, deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to lift the leg. Lift our pelvic floor, drawing up, 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 really focusing on that pelvis stability. An inhale here. We're going to exhale back down. Same leg. I'm not going to change legs yet. We're going to do a nice deep inhale. We're going to exhale and lift. When I say lift that pelvic floor. Let that knee float up, keeping this perfect angle. So we're only moving within the hip. Deep inhales, we keep our leg here. We exhale, float it back down. 2 more on this leg. We're inhaling in. We're going to lift. Keeping that spine nice and stable. Inhale in this position. Pelvic floor relaxes. Exhale, lift your pelvic floor. Foot floats down. No more breath inside. Deep inhale again. Let's reset that system. We're going to exhale, lift. Deep inhale here. We're exhaling, float that foot back down. Nice and slow. Every move has a purpose. Okay, we're going to change legs. Reset that deep breath in. So inhale now. We're going to exhale, lift our other leg up. Think of everything lifting and drawing in. Deep breath in this position. We're going to exhale, float that foot back down. So with these movements are all purposeful. We're not just lifting our leg any old how. We're doing a nice breath in. Slow movement up as the leg comes up. Pelvic floor is lifting. There's a lot going on in these tiny movements to help with healing, to help reestablish that breathing pattern. Deep breath in here. We're going to exhale as we float the leg back down. breathe through this little tiny imaginary straw. 2 more here. Nice inhale. We exhale and lift. Inhale. Pelvic floor relaxes. We're not pushing down, we're just relaxing. We're going to exhale and lift as we float this foot down. 1 more. Nice inhale. Exhale and lift. Keeping everything as stable as possible. Inhale here. We're going to exhale down. Okay, we're just going to drop one knee out to the side before we do practice a nice inhale. I'm going to let this hip or knee roll down. I'm not letting my hips go. Can you see that's not what I want you to do? I want you to keep them really steady. Back in. Okay, we're going to go again. Inhale now. We exhale. Lift our pelvic floor. Let that knee roll out gently. Bringing it back in. Little inhale. We're going to exhale. Drop that knee out. Don't let any wobbling happen. In fact, that movement might not be even as big as you want it to be or you expect it to be, because we are working on not letting any rolling happening in the hips. So this is the part I'm looking at. I'm not watching how far the knee can go. Bringing it back in. We're going to inhale before we go. Exhale, lift your pelvic floor. Knee rolls out. We're doing a nice breath in. Last time, going to let that knee drop out. Bringing it back in. Okay, just let the arms rock out to the side. Relax, feel those shoulder blades into the floor. 3 really nice breaths here. We're not going to think too much about anything else, so close your eyes. Nice deep inhale. Strong exhale. I'm going to deep breath in again. Inhale down. Pelvic floor relaxes. You're going to exhale. Pelvic floor lifts. Deep breath in. Inhale. Rib cage. Back expansion. Tummy. Pelvic floor relaxes. We do the exhale. Everything will lift up. And draw in. Okay, I'm rolling over onto your side just to finish off. We're going to do 3 breaths in the sideline position. I find it's a really nice position to feel the openness in your back. So you can really put your hand in here. Breathe into that hand. Feel the back expand, the rib cage, the tummy, pelvic floor relax. Exhale through that little imaginary straw that you're going to blow through. You're going to breathe in. You're going to exhale, lift the pelvic floor. Blowing out through the little imaginary straw. And one more time, deep inhale. And exhale. Pelvic floor lifts, tummy lifts, everything lifts through that breath. Okay, coming back round. Well done for starting off with practicing the absolute basics. I can tell you now, I will still return to practicing my 360 breath if I find I'm feeling particularly anxious, if I find I've got upper back pain because I'm tight. Relaxing, getting movement into the rib cage, getting the little muscles all in between those ribs moving, the diaphragm going, pelvic floor relaxing and lifting, toning the TA, so really getting that to wake up. You know, I don't feel like this is something anyone should really stop doing. So well done for completing the absolute basics. And I can tell you now, it is so important to continue doing these exercises during the early postpartum period and beyond. Going back to basics, you can't deny that's always going to be the best foundation to build your strength, your fitness journey, your mental health as well. Breathing strategies are just great to incorporate throughout your day-to-day life. So well done, and I'll see you all soon.